Hey everybody, Kyle Goth here from GoFilmReviews.com and the GoFilm Reviews YouTube channel. It is very late in the night, but I have my first reaction to the new film, Smile. Before I begin, I just gotta tell this story. So sorry to the lady that sat in a row ahead of me, but I couldn't resist. There was a woman who went to the bathroom. She was terrified. She knew the end of the movie, and she came back in, and she walked past me, and I just sat there in the chair like, and she screamed her head off. I'm so sorry, lady, but you knew what you were getting into in a horror movie. If you're currently watching this channel, you're probably unsubscribed by now, but my apologies. I couldn't resist. Anyway, I was very hesitant to see Smile. I thought the trailers looked kind of dumb. I thought the idea wouldn't work. I just, generally speaking, was uninterested in it. But then all these reviews started coming out about these people surprised about the movie. And I was thinking to myself, this is going to be one of those rare 2022 misses, like, how The Invitation, or, a couple other movies like, I wasn't as big on Resurrection as a lot of other people. So, like, 2022 horror has been really good, but some of them have been misses for me. I thought this would be one of them, and you know what? I am so happy to say that I was wrong. Now, let me be clear. The movie is not perfect. No, not even close, but the experience of watching, especially watching it in a theater, in a crowded theater, this movie's been out for weeks, and this theater was nearly crowded. Maybe it was the overlay of people who didn't get into Black Panther. They decided to go to this, but I was very impressed by how much it worked. Against all odds, against all previous judgment of me, the movie does work. Okay, so it's like a combination of things from like The Happening with like the Ring remake and elements of like Final Destination 3. I won't get heavily into the mythology because there's not a lot given in the trailer, except to say the main character, Sosie Bacon, who I believe is the daughter of Kevin Bacon? I don't know. Sosie Bacon is playing the lead. She witnesses a patient of hers commit suicide, and then she begins to see the same things that her patient was seeing, an entity that is smiling at her at all times. And I like that the film introduces this mythology and then doesn't take all of the cheap shots out, but just kind of elevates that idea of like the smile not always meaning a good thing. There's little things like the pain chart where like they're smiling because there's no pain, but like she's going through some really heavy shit. Like there's some really strong iconography there. And I think that really works well. I think that the film does rely a lot on jump scares, but if you're okay with that, they were pretty effective. I was feeling them. It might have been the people that were sitting around me too, because there was a lot of energy in this theater during this screening, so that might have had something to do with it as well. I think there's an interesting mythology to the film. Now, to be clear, there's a couple of times where the film's perceived logic doesn't line up with what's happening. But that's also because the mythology given in the film is not heavy. It's just kind of implied mythology based on word of mouth from characters. So that should be noted, that the reason why it doesn't really make sense logically could be clarified in a future installment, a future sequel, whatever you would do with it. I just mean like the way that it's described at the beginning of the film when we were first introduced to this mythology doesn't always line up with what we're seeing. Like someone says like, I keep seeing people from my past smiling at me, and one person seems to imply that there have to be dead people, but then we also see living people smiling, and just kind of like, they say you can't see them, you can only see them if you're the person who's being targeted by this, but then there's also that implication that we don't really know spatially how they fit into the thing. Like, one of the characters sees someone who should be at a party that is now doing the smiling thing. But, like, where is that person actually at? Just, like, little things like that. Like, where if you can shut your brain off and enjoy it, I think you're going to have fun with that, too. I just had a couple moments where I was, like, clinging to that. I liked that the film went there at the ending. There's a really solid ending to this film. I thought it could end in maybe 2-3 minutes earlier, but I actually like the ending that we got. It's a very yucky, gooey kind of an ending, and I really dug that. That being said, the movie is an hour and 55 minutes. It probably doesn't need to be more than 95 minutes. There's a couple of repeated steps, I guess, in the process. Again, these are all just like mixed aspects, but overall I enjoyed the film for what it was. It's a movie I can actually see myself rewatching, which is shocking because I was kind of watching going like, yeah, I dig it, but like I don't know if this would work for me like in another viewing. But I'm excited to show my wife this movie when it comes out. Woo, gosh, I'm just really cold out here. That's it, guys. I really enjoyed the movie, actually, a lot more than expected to. So I think it's a Paramount release, so hopefully when it comes out on Paramount Plus, you give it a chance and check it out. This was originally going to be a Paramount Plus release, and then they were like so excited about it, they put it in theaters. I can kind of see your initial thought being it's going to be a Paramount Plus movie, and then seeing it in theaters does add a lot. So check it out if it's still in a local theater for you. If not, check it out when it starts streaming. But it's a recommendation from me. Anyways, let me know what you thought about Smile down below in the comments once you've seen the film. I'd love to hear it. I love having these interactions with people who enjoy the same movies or don't enjoy them too. I like breaking down why we love and why we don't love. It's film is subjective and it makes a lot of fun. So please make sure to leave your comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There are 2 free things that you can do that help support the channel. They make sure you never miss new episodes of the show as they come out. And they help me out a lot. I mean, they just really do. They help me out more than you know. You can also check out goatfilmreviews.com for my written reviews. You can find Goat Film Reviews on Facebook. You can still follow me on Twitter at Almighty Goatman, as well as Instagram and Letterboxd. And don't forget to check out my other show, Kyle and Nick on Film, that I co-host with Nick Plotachuk from the St. Paul Filmcast. We have new episodes Mondays, Thursdays, and Scary Movie Saturdays. I'll see you guys over there.